Chris Berman, halftime of the Pro Bowl, 17-all, pretty low scoring for these guys, actually. Peyton, your team began 14-0. Drew, your team began 13-0. So it's rare that we can sit and talk about the same thing to two different teams in the very same season. To not lose a game till around Christmas, give or take. You've been around football a long time. What was that like?
Well, it's been a special season, and it's been different. But if you look back at our games individually, kind of starting with this game down here in Miami, I think we had the ball for 15 minutes on offense, yet we somehow found a way to win the game. And that's kind of been our theme all year. Somehow let's find a way. Somebody make a play in the third quarter, in the fourth quarter, to kind of get us over the top. And it's been different guys all year. Like Drew said, we had a lot of young guys that played this year. They stepped up, and it's kind of been that way for us in the playoffs. And so it's been a fun season and a fun team to be a part of.
Do you look back and say, boy, now that we're at the Super Bowl, I wonder if everybody had played those other two games, we might have been?
I don't, Boom. That's one thing. I think the best thing our team has done this year is we moved on from the previous week, whether it was a great win, whether it was a unique, difficult situation in that regular season game against the Jets. Our team has dealt with it, and we've moved on, and we've turned negatives into positives. And so I haven't analyzed that or I haven't looked back. And if somebody would have gotten hurt in that game, maybe we wouldn't be here today. Right. So we're glad to be in this game, and that's what it's all about.
So, Drew, 13-0, your first loss is right around Christmas. Again, you've been around football for a lot. You don't ever anticipate that. What was it like? And some of your wins were incredible.
Yeah, we found a way to win in a lot of different ways. I mean, at times it was, scoring a ton of points. At other times it was, coming back from 21 down, or the defense coming up with a huge stop at the end of the game, or getting a huge turnover, or the offense going down and scoring, or kicking a field goal. So I think, like Peyton said, you just find a way to win at the end, and I think you just build up this confidence level and this belief that no matter what the situation, we're going to find a way, and sure enough, we did.
21 different guys, I think, scored a point for the Saints. Now that's everybody, including the water boy. I didn't know he was open.
He was.
And Peyton, the big names, quote, were shut down the last game, or pretty much by the Jets. Here are some names that now went to the forefront, like Collie and Garcon.
I tell you, those guys have just responded and stepped up to the plate all year long. But you never know in mini camps or in training camp how a guy's going to respond when the lights turn on. But all of our young players just have a good look in their eye. They've really benefited from veteran leadership from guys like Reggie Wayne. Our receivers coach, Clyde Christensen's done a great job with those guys. So as an older player, it makes you feel young again and kind of be enthusiastic about playing with these young guys.
Drew, you come into this game. What mistake can the Saints not make, or else you'll be in trouble?
Well, I think a lot of our success is determined by our preparation throughout this week, and the fact that this is all a new experience for all of us. We've been able to get some words of wisdom from Sean Payton, because he was at the Super Bowl as an offensive coordinator with the Giants back in 2000, and so he's tried to, prepare us for the distractions of, the media and this and that and the hoopla, and just trying to find a way to focus and concentrate and, keep your preparation, your routine very much the same, so when it comes to game time, it's, hey, we're here and we're ready.
Peyton, let me deviate for a minute. Dwight Freeney's obviously playing hurt with a ligament problem. Do we expect him to go? Do you guys have to make changes? How is he doing?
Yeah, I certainly can't speculate on that, on what his situation is. But I will say this, all season long, we've had different guys maybe have not been able to go, maybe have not been able to be 100%. And our team just doesn't make excuses that way. Coach Caldwell talks about picking up the bayonet. Somebody's going to pick it up and go do their job. And that's kind of been our theme all year. And if that happens to be the case this Sunday, I certainly hope it doesn't. Then I think somebody will step up and do their job.
What mistake can the Colts not make against the Saints, Peyton?
Well, certainly when you're playing against the Saints, obviously you're focused on trying to deal with their defense, but you also know that Drew and their offense are going to make their plays and score their points. Better keep it close at some point. You can't fall too far behind because they're so explosive, but their defense is so opportunistic. You just saw Jamie Sharper over there, and he's around the ball nonstop. Vilma's around the ball, so just all 11 guys are so active, and so you got to find a way to score points on them to protect the ball. At the same time, you better be scoring enough to try to keep up with Drew and their offense.
All right, so scoring points. You guys scored 510. You guys, the Saints did, Drew. Peyton, you guys certainly know how to score points in bunches. Do we have a final score for Sunday? What kind of game and how did... Look, I'm the Swami, but I'm bequeathing it at this moment. Drew, what do you think?
I expect it to be back and forth and be close, and it's going to be exciting.
Yeah, that's why Drew and I are going to be playing and not in this studio. We're not good at predicting scores like that, so I think it's going to be an exciting game.
But you're really going to have to look and see, uh-oh, they're really out to a big start. We better go, right?
Well, I mean, obviously you want to start it out great, but like Drew and I said, all season long, the Colts have had a lot of great comebacks. The Saints haven't, so you know it's a 60-minute game. So I think you got to be careful saying, hey, we better get off to a good start, and if we don't, we're not going to win. I don't think that's true. I think it's a 60-minute game, and sure, you want every play that you put in to go perfectly, but it's football. It's not going to go perfect. The key is just kind of hanging in there, and both teams have been able to do that all year, so we'll see what happens.
For the first time since 1993, the top dog in the NFC is playing the top dog in the AFC. Two great quarterbacks, two better people. Peyton Manning, Drew Brees. Have fun. Good luck on Sunday. 17 all at the half at the Pro Bowl.